Welcome to Astroventure, the DSLR astrophotography channel.
Hey there, Astroventures, welcome back. If you're new to this astrophotography channel, my name is George, and this is the astrophotography channel for DSLR and mirrorless camera bodies, combined with the lenses we already own and a simple star tracker like the Skyguider Pro or the Star Adventurer. Tonight, I am out in my local dark sky park shooting the Dumbbell Nebula. But here's the thing. Many of you, like me, probably in between new moons, you start really jonesing for wanting to get out into the night and do some astrophotography. Unfortunately, I'm just coming out of a full moon, and that full moon tonight, it's sitting at 76%, so it's still really bright out here. And so it started me wondering, and because of the fact I was dying to get out and do some astrophotography because the skies have been so great, I decided, can I shoot a really prominent target like the Dumbbell Nebula, although very small, but the blue of it really pops against the dark of the night sky? And can that target manage to overtake the brightness of the moon and really come through? So I'm going to shoot about 2-3 hours of data. We'll see what I get. And then from there, I'll join you back at the computer. We'll edit it and we'll see, is a high contrast target like the Dumbbell Nebula doable under such bright moon conditions? So I'll see you back at the computer.
Here we are back at the computer. Overall, I think it was a great night of shooting. The conditions were good. The tracking was really good for the night. And this is the image straight out of Deep Sky Stacker, which is my preferred software that I like to use. One of the things that I noticed right off the bat is that the Dumbbell Nebula is showing through nicely right off the bat. So let's get going here. I'm going to open this up into Photoshop. Now, one of the things that I do sometimes when I'm editing is I will go ahead and remove the stars. When I do that, it's because my nebula that I'm processing is competing with the stars. In this particular case, the Dumbbell Nebula is a small enough target. I'm not having to deal with stars, and so I'm just going to let it be as it is and move forward and process this. So the background layer is going to be the start. I'm going to press Ctrl-J to duplicate that. Anytime I make substantial changes, I want them to be on their own layer so that if things go bad, I can just throw the whole layer out, go back to the previous layer, and continue on. One of the things I usually also do is I will jump in and align these layers right off the bat. However, they're very thin spikes. So I'm going to let that go for right now. I'm going to go Control-M, and I am going to use the Arcsin stretches. If you are not familiar, look that up and you can find it. I can certainly put a link below, and you'll be able to find it and watch how I use this. And this has really changed how I process my images. But I'm going to start off with an Arcsin of 10. It stretches the data. Then my next step is to go Control-L. I'm going to come over here, bring the black point back over just to the edge. I don't want to be cutting out any of that data. Enter. Control-M. I'm going to go one more time. Before I even do that, you can see how this is already starting to materialize. Okay, so let's go into it. Default, Arcsin 10. Does another stretch. Control-L. Let's bring the black point back over. There we go. Now I'm going to crush the edge of this just a little bit because I've got a strong enough target. I'm going to hit Control or Enter there. Let's zoom this in just a little bit. I'm going to go Control-M. Excuse me, I did not want to go Control-M. I want to go Control-J because I'm getting ready to do some changing to this. Right off the bat here, let's address the histogram and the fact that we don't have the alignment of colors going. And having done the two Arcsin stretches, it's stretched out those color spikes on the individual channels, so this will work better to align them. So from here, I'm going to go Image, Adjustments, Channel Mixer. Now, what I'm looking to do is I want to bring the green and the blue in alignment with red. When I have that alignment up here on the very top, you will see it gray out, and that's showing that we have the alignment. If yours is already gray, click this drop down box. You want to go to colors, and that will show you the individual color channels where gray shows the alignment. So first, let's deal with moving this green over. I'm going to go to the output channel, drop that down to the green, and now I'm going to grab the red slider, and as I move to the right, it will slide the green to the right, aligning it to the red. So here we go. Let's slide this green over. You can see it coming over, and it will start to come into alignment. And I'm watching the top part of this histogram for that alignment. Now let's go over to the blue. Same process. I'm going to grab the red slider, slide the blue over, and I'm looking for that alignment. There we go. Now you can see the blue on the top is coming out past it. I'll work it back, hit OK, and from there that has really helped to clean this up in here, and it started to neutralize the colors. I do have a bit of a blue-green cast which should be corrected later. So let's let this be for the moment. I'm happy with it for the moment. And let's take a look at our levels again. Okay, I'm going to bring the black point over just a little bit. It's going to clean up some of that background noise. I'm going to hit enter there. I am now going to jump into my Topaz Denoise, see if we can clean some of this up. Again, I'm getting ready to make a big commitment, so what I'll do is Control J, jump to a new layer so that if what Topaz Denoise does, I'm not happy with it, I can just chuck the layer and start fresh. Here's my Topaz Denoise software. I also use ProDigital software. I like to use the Astroflat Pro. This is amazing for cleaning out gradient light noise within your image. But today we're going after Topaz Labs Denoise AI. So let's click on that, bring this up. On the left-hand side, you can see the original. It's processing over here. I've got it set to just auto. It tends to do a pretty good job. Okay, looking at the two sides, you can definitely see the cleanup between them. I am getting some artifacts within here. I'll probably just go in and clean those up on my own individually. I'm going to hit apply, send this back into Photoshop Primary. And again, this is just a quick little edit to see if we can actually shoot a high contrast target underneath a 76% full moon or mostly full moon. And I'm not spending a lot of time to polish this image. At the end of the video, I will throw up on the screen my processed image where I took the time to really do it. But for the sake of this video, we simply want to see, can we shoot a high contrast target under a mostly full moon? I'll let this process for the moment and then rejoin you once it's sent it over to Photoshop. And Topaz Denoise is in its final 15 seconds here. Jumping back in as it gets ready to send it back over to Photoshop main. One of the things I want to suggest to you, if you're kind of on the fence over the Topaz Denoise and should you or should you not get it, one, they do offer a trial period so that you can try it out. And I think you'll really be happy with it. Now, if you're going to try it out on a few different images. And the reason being is that sometimes the Topaz Denoise has pretty much trashed an image for me. I haven't been happy with it. Other times it's done amazing work. You know, like any software, it works best under the right kind of image for a, for that tool. It's not perfect for everything. Okay, so here we go. Taking a look at it, you've got the dumbbell nebula, the stars around it, and clicking off that layer. Let me bring this in a little closer so you can see some of that noise. Okay, so that's with Topaz Denoise and without. I don't know how well you can see it due to YouTube and compression, but it has done some nice cleanup. From here, I'm going to go Control J again because I'm going to get into the filter camera raw and do a little bit of final tweaking before I call it good for this image. So here it is up close and personal. I'm going to go into my basic. I'm going to push up some vibrance, push up some saturation. I can go into the color mixer and let's push up some of the red that we've got on the top and bottom there, and push up some of the aquas in the dumbbell itself. Let's see here. Let's do a bit of contrast. Brighten up some of the brighter. It's helping to reduce some of the background noise in the image. And I'm going to push my blacks a bit darker. Bring my shadow up a bit. And I'm going to click OK. Let's let Camera Raw process that. There we go. And once again, showing you the difference here. That was after that Camera Raw adjustment. So again, this was just the quick down and dirty for the purpose of seeing if we could accomplish a decent usable image shooting under the full moon for those of us just jonesing to get out there and our schedule allows, but unfortunately the moon is battling with us. So I think 1 out of 10 for an available target under the full moon. The dumbbell nebula is absolutely awesome. Next one I'll be moving on to in another, shooting under the full moon video is we'll take a look at the Iris Nebula and see how well that turns out. Until next time, I would love to see you join us over at our Facebook group, Astroventure DSLR. And, we have a great group of people over there, all within the niche that we're working with, simple, sky guiders or starred venturers to do our astrophotography. And finally, before I let you go, if you like the video and the content and what we're doing here, please consider commenting. Helps the algorithm. And we would appreciate you subscribing, ringing the bell, and sharing the video for others to see. Until next time, I want to wish you clear skies and uneventful nights.